Hello everyone, and welcome back to the icy reaches of Ice Ice Outpost, located in the far northern tundras of North America and establishing the very first of several small mountain villages, Shepard's Nook, which we have just managed to get going with the very first of our doll sheep and the very first of our guests who have come to see what's going on. Everybody looks so cold here, and they definitely need to have more to look at and more to do. Oh my gosh, and listen to the little sheep. Oh, they're so cute. And they're so simple. They really don't need much. They're just perfectly happy kind of like inside of this enclosure, running around. It's quite adorable. And we are actually making a little bit of a profit at the moment, which makes me pretty happy and makes me feel like maybe there is hope for our tiny little outpost after all. It is definitely going to be a lot harder to transform this into the multi-mountain village range with a big giant fishing village and polar bears on all sorts of little islands that I was dreaming of, but I think it can be done. It's going to be challenging, but I think it can be done. And I love a good challenge, especially when it comes to learning more about the animals that we now care for. And speaking of those animals, I actually think today I want to sort of reach far to the edges of the village, and I want to put a mountain kind of right over here, and we're going to make it an Arctic wolf mountain. I know that seems to be kind of jumping around a little bit, but I just really feel like the Arctic wolves would be something amazing to add in. And I do want to have more mountain ranges. So as we have the very beginning of the money that we can start pulling in, Yarn is about to mate. What? Huzzah! Yarn and Quilt. Quilt is the alpha male of this little flock. We don't have many members just yet. Oh, and it doesn't look like she managed to actually mate. She's super happy though, which I'm really happy to see. Like, Yarn is not too concerned about things. I love how we've named her after a whole bunch of like quilting and just the idea that like the village is making all of its money right now off of these 3 sheep. We should go ahead and get more sheep in. They don't seem to be like costing us too much to get a hold of. Hopefully they'll start having lots of healthy babies. Oh look, I totally forgot how we can finally start seeing the family trees. Yes! Oh, all of the updates that have been happening in Planet Zoo are just fantastic. Alright, so she and Quilt are mates. Let's learn a little bit in the Zoopedia about these fascinating sheep. The Dall sheep, also known as Dall sheep or thin-horn sheep, is a species of wild sheep that lives in the mountain meadows of Alaska, the Yukon, and British Columbia. They are white to pale brown in color, with yellow-brown horns, and are sexually dimorphic, the males being significantly larger than the females, and with much thicker, curlier horns. Males measure between 3.4 and 5.9 feet long, and weigh between 161 and 250 pounds. Okay, that's a significant difference. So, in the Dall sheep society, the biggest and oldest sheep with the best horns tend to be the one that is going to be the alpha in the group. And they bop heads quite often. The males do, but it's not super aggressive fighting from what I've read. They'll just use those horns in order to say, hey, I am the biggest sheep around here, and I'm going to be at the top of the hierarchy. And they do actually establish a pretty strict hierarchy, which I think is really interesting. The sad thing about those horns is that they are used for trophy hunting pretty regularly. People see the horns. I don't know why you would look at that and be like, I want that on my wall, instead of thinking about it as this elegant expression of a Dall sheep's place in their life cycle and in their little like society of sheep. But anyway, one of the other cool things about those horns is that Dall sheep will use them to defend themselves from predators, to the point where they have been known, my friends, to actually shove wolves, the timber wolves who hunt them, straight off of a cliffside. They can climb very easily. They enjoy being up in their cliff sides, and they're not afraid to use those horns for defense as well as for establishing their place in their little society. Oh, so far they're really content. We do need to do some research on them though. Ah, which reminds me, before we start trying to get to having oh look! And Keeper Miss Moss is taking some food over to them. That's so exciting. But before we go ahead and we try to get our hands on some Arctic wolves and start a wolf mountain, again, hopefully this one to go better than the last one. Oh, whoa, and the snow's melting. What? That is so surreal. The snow has melted and Thread is mating. Wow. So the temperature must really be like shifting all over the place. And she's expecting babies. Guys, that's so cool. Let's get more sheep. I want to celebrate with more sheep. Somebody give me, I know the reindeer are really cool too and I want to add them in, but somebody give me a healthy female sheep. Healthy female sheep. Here we go. Let's go ahead and we're going to plop her. This lovely one. Move. Okay, gotta come over here. I have to find my doll sheep now. But to celebrate the fact that they're clearly doing quite well. Yay, and now they have all their food out. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, you guys, we need to do some more research on our sheep to make sure. Oh, I hope my snowman doesn't melt. I would be very sad if he did. But we need to do some more research on our sheep to make sure that we're on the up and up. So we're gonna need, actually, another staff facility then. Because we are gonna need the vet research, vet surgery. Research center is what the vet is gonna need. So we're gonna need one of those, which means a new building. Until we get the Arctic theme researched, I'm just gonna have to stick with like these little buildings. Yeah, they're not exactly what I want, but yay! And we have a new sheep in here. Oh, I'm gonna need to look at your guys' suggestions, but keep the suggestions coming that have anything to do with like thread or anything to do with like supplies for sewing or quilting. I'm gonna try to come up with some seam, thread, let's see, pincushion. Huh! That's an adorable name. Oh my gosh. Fabric. Just things like that. I really would love to name her after that. We'll name her Sew. 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 Kind of like Sue to sew. To sew. There we go. Yeah. We'll name her Sew. Which sounds really hilarious actually. Like so-so. And she's going to be part of our family now. Good. We're making a little bit of money. We don't want to upset things too much, but we are going to need to get a new researcher. And if we're going to do that, let's actually pause for a second. And I wonder, do I have anything I could decorate with just yet? We have these really cool ice rocks. And my dream is to have, oh, do we have anything with like sheep yet? Maybe the Arctic expansion will have some sort of cute little decoration that we could use to celebrate the sheep, which would be so cute. Architecture, props, okay, so no. And then go away blueprints. All right, do we have anything like centerpiecey, proppy, theme props? We don't have anything for props yet. We do have these logs. You know what, that's better than nothing. We're gonna go ahead and we'll put down like just a little spiral thing of logs. That looks like some sort of, I don't know, representation of a village centerpiece. And then let's come over and grab some ice path. And I'm just gonna try to make, okay. Back up everybody, back up, back up. I know. Now everyone's gonna freak out. They're like, I can't find the staff space. Well, don't panic. I just wanted to make like a bit of a circle. Okay. Not easy to do in these circumstances, trust me. Let's see. And then, let's see, that totally didn't make a circle at all, but maybe if I do this, and then do this. Okay, that makes more of a circle. That's a circular-ish thing that I can totally get behind. There we go. And then let's go ahead and move this into the center. We'll put something nicer over here. Because remember, we're not making just like a staff area. We're making, hopefully, what will kind of be a village. And then the, I guess, important, what the heck? Okay, wow, that was cool. That kind of felt like playing Jurassic World Evolution, having that staff alert pop up. We're gonna replace all of these buildings in the future. But let's actually put in, and we'll even have some decorative buildings. If we're gonna have a research spot, you know what? We're gonna name the research spot the quilting station. because we'll say that this is actually going to be like a quilting station. There we go. Which it's not. It's going to be a vet research area. But we have the vet research, so no pun intended, because we just got, you know, a sheep named So. But we're going to have the vet research for the purpose of being able to learn more about the sheep. Gosh, I love coming up with fun little creative things like this. All right. And so we'll say this is like the quilting center where they come in. Nice. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. All right. And then let's go ahead and pull up another one of our amazing patrons in order to keep this place rolling and going. And we're going to have this vet right here. And this is actually going to be, we're going to name her Quilter Peaches, after Peaches, who has been a patron for so long. It's so exciting to see the little village come to life with all of you guys. Oh my gosh. So we're going to have Quilter Peaches. I want to wait just a moment so that we can actually train her. Can't train until April 30th. Okay. Because I just find that the staff are completely, they just can't do anything until you've started training them. It's very difficult to get anything done. And then her research is going to be on the DALL sheep. So there we go. And how are we doing with our mechanic research? We do need a vet surgery and a quarantine, but we can actually get away with waiting on those for quite a while. All right, dock worker. Chris is still working on the mechanic research. Oh, hey, we have somebody visiting. Oh, well, he was visiting. Goodbye. I guess the sheep weren't enough to keep his attention, unfortunately. And we want to get guest numbers to 300. And if we adopt 2 different exhibit species, we'll get some money and some drink profit. So I think the guests are like looking for something to drink. So it might be nice to give them a little hot chocolate. Like, we'll say it's a hot chocolate place in the near future. But right now, I want to try to work on getting another mountain in. That's really one of our big goals with this place, is to just constantly keep mountains popping up in unexpected places. My dream for starting this whole area was to have mountain ranges everywhere that we worked around, but it is kind of poetic and fun that in order to make the mountains, our little outpost has to thrive. All right. And this mountain is actually going to have, let's turn it this way, some Arctic wolves living inside, which I think will be very exciting. And we don't want to make the mistake I made in the old Wolf Mountain. So let's actually check how large those Arctic wolf spaces need to be in our Zoopedia. Look at them, guys. Oh, I think you're all gonna fall in love with them. The Arctic wolves are a large canid species that lives in northern Canada and Greenland. Also known as white wolves, they are large pack predators that feed primarily on musk oxen and Arctic hares. Although they may also eat foxes, birds, and bear cubs, as well as occasionally scavenging carrion. The wolves are mainly white, though some individuals may be pale gray or blonde, and are larger and of stockier build than the other subspecies of wolf. And that's true, and one of the really cool things about the Arctic wolf is that they're actually able to store and use fat more than the other wolves because they don't have as many opportunities to hunt prey. So they can actually pack on the food and transform it into fat easier than the other wolf species can, and then they can also live off of that fat later when there's not as much food. So they don't need to hunt quite as much. They probably would love to. The Arctic pack! Yes, we have the Arctic theme unlocked. Good job, dock worker Chris. I am so excited. That means we finally have like all the Arctic stuff to be able to build with. Holy cow, I'm so excited. Look at all of this. Yes. Is this a little Arctic wolf? It's a DALL sheep flag. This is perfect for our little town. Shepard's Nook can just have tons and tons of these little DALL sheep flags around. That's perfect. We're gonna put it like up right freaking now. I love that. I love this. I love how your creativity just has no bounds in Planet Zoo. All right, come here, you. I'm gonna flip you. There we go. No doubt our new quilter has just gotten this added in. Very fun. All right, down a little more. Then over. Man, once you get this done once, Oh, look at all that money flying in. Yeah. Once you get this done just once, you like never ever want to let it go. No, 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 don't clone it. For crying out loud, I'm still moving it. All right. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, you guys, we're so close. We're so freaking close. Okay. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. I can hear the kids going like, whoa. I appreciate a kidlet who thinks a sheep is cool. I mean, sheep are really important as the foundation. And the vet management is done, or the vet research is done. Oh, see? The village of Shepard's Nook is already off to a great start. All right, down a little more. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my gosh, we're so close, friends. And almost. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is what we need to put. Okay, is that almost there? Oh, we're so close. We just need tiniest bit more. Oh my gosh, I'm saving this as like a blueprint and never letting it out of my sight again. We did it! Yes! Okay. And Thread is giving birth soon. Oh, this is so exciting. We'll name her child like what? Spool? That'll be so cute. All right, there we go. Let's merge these two like things together before they get any ideas. All right, merge scenery into group, and this is going to be the DALL sheep flag. There we go. Saving that so I don't ever have to worry about doing that again. But look, now we can just like line our little village with the flags. I think that Thread is now giving birth to the very first baby in our zoo. Heckin' yes. Where's she going? Thread, where's the baby? It was Thread who was giving birth, right? Was it So who was giving birth? Yarn? Thread, where's your baby? Heck. Ted? You should not be. You're Thread, not Ted. Where's her baby? Do we have some sort of glitch? She was gonna give birth. We're missing a baby. Is it in my storage? Do I suddenly have a baby in here? Anybody? What? It's a sheep mystery, friends. Oh gosh, I have no idea what happened. We may need to keep an eye on that for sure. And the vet research is done. Yes. Okay, we have a little bit done on the doll sheep. I would like to know where our doll sheep baby went. I'm a little concerned we may have some glitching going on right now, but I'm sure this will work out. I'm sure it will. It has to, right? It has to, because look at all of these adorable things we have. We can put up trellises along here. We can put little bows up. And there's festive little bauble lights. They actually work as bauble lights. Oh, there's even a Zoopedia frame. You guys, there's a fancy wooden Zoopedia frame. What? Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And little gifts. Oh, these are so cute. Oh, and garlands that we could just put up along, and we could even put a bunch of stockings along here to represent like the sheep having a whole bunch of stockings made from their wool. There's even little strip lights that work. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. And there's a polar bear display. Look at this. There's ice blocks, so we could build up like anything we dream of ice-wise. There's an ice polar bear. There's little roof ridges, so we could start decorating. There's planters! There's cute little planters that look like boats. I am definitely going to use these as boat pieces in our fishing village. Wow, there's carvings everywhere. Arctic carvings of wolves. Windows. There's all sorts of new roofs that we're definitely going to be using. Look at the festive tree. Like, how could you not fall in love with all of this? The festive tree lights up. Okay, I'm really worried about the fact that the baby apparently disappeared. That's not supposed to happen. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on that. And we're gonna maybe exit and come back and see what happens. But we have the beginnings of what will be our Arctic Wolf Mountain. over here. We've totally forgot to even check like how big we want to make the mountain. I forgot about that. But we're going to try to make it so that people can walk up a nature path to look down at the wolves, or they could come up to the edges and they could peer through the gaps between the trees and they could see the Arctic wolves running around in their little meadow with tons and tons of little caves for them to hide in. So I think that that would be really, really exciting. But all right, guys, we're making some good progress. We're not going bankrupt, at least, with our little zoo. We have flags. I highly approve of the flags. We're missing a sheep. This is why we have our shepherds, to try to make sure that, like, the sheep are taken care of. And we'll continue working on Ice Ice Outpost and following whatever creative dreams we have for it next time. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I really hope my snowmen don't melt, and I hope we find the baby sheep. And I will see you guys on our future adventures. If you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Or bye-bye.